more you promote yourself, the more you are going to brand and put that image into people's minds. As I mentioned before, 7+ times someone has to see you, the same marketing message, before they take any action. So if every single thing you're doing is this meticulous, exact marketing, and you're hitting them one time with the absolute best message in the world, that's great. But if you can hit them 8 times with a pretty good message, that's going to be more effective. That's just how people work. So if they continuously see your picture and they go, it just starts to zoom into their mind. And with millions and millions of posts out there, and people being hit with thousands of messages probably a day, minimum hundreds of messages a day, no matter how good that message is, it's not going to stand out as much. So just that, when people say that promotion is not a form of marketing or it's not effective for OnlyFans creators, that's not true. It is bad advice. All right, and then lastly, lucky number 13, work smart, not hard. Okay, now, this sounds good on paper, and people will say this all the time. Here's what you should be thinking. Work hard and smart. So when people say, you want to really think everything out and you want to make sure that your, marketing message and your content is the best, but, don't work too hard on everything. BS, okay? You need to be doing both at the exact same time. And I think this comes from the whole concept that, saying, don't work hard, and that just working hard doesn't necessarily lead to success. And that's absolutely true. And as I've mentioned, you can work hard digging a hole, and then you can work hard covering that hole back up, and nothing has happened, So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to succeed just because you worked hard. But if you work hard and smart together, so you figure out first, what's the best plan of action? And then work hard on that action, work hard promoting yourself. Work hard every day on the same consistent things that are working, you will be successful. But if somebody just says to you, work smart, what you're going to think, and not hard, you're going to think, well, I don't have to work hard. I just suppose this one thing and just hope it really works for me. And that's just not true. That's just not how it's going to work. So that's the last bit of bad advice that I feel is out there for OnlyFans creators. Okay, so from now on, this podcast is going to be weekly. Before it was daily, which was super awesome. But I had a lot of goals ahead of me as far as what I want to accomplish for OnlyFans creators, as far as marketing goals for my business. And I wanted to get as much information out there as possible for OnlyFans creators to absorb forever. What I really love about the podcast is that every single day, hundreds of people continue to listen to the episodes that were recorded at the beginning of 2021, which I absolutely love. But I really need to devote more time to the goals that I have as far as building up OnlyFans promotion. And right now I am working on, as I mentioned, creating a promotion system on Twitter across all of the different pages that I have built up for promotion. And the goal is to be able to offer reasonably priced promotion for OnlyFans creators. So when you come in, you will have an opportunity to be able to be successful and to be able to promote yourself without necessarily having to do the things that I have just mentioned in this podcast that I don't think work very well. Mass DMs, share for shares, all of these different things. I think that I definitely can create that, and I want to devote a lot of time to that. And on that note, I have begun to move my company, which is called SEO Bounty, which has been a successful internet marketing company for 13 plus years. And right now we are transitioning to becoming a fan site marketing company, which I'm really excited about. And you can actually check that out if you go to SEObounty.com. That's SamEricOrangeBounty.com. And right now we are redesigning and rebranding the business as strictly for fan site marketing. And we are going to go ahead and launch the first of promotions for Twitter, as far as I mentioned, across the different Twitter channels that we have. And then we're going to move from there to be able to help, manage and build Twitter accounts, as well as doing consulting and a bunch of other things. So I'm excited about that, and I want to be able to devote more of my personal time to the things that I enjoy, like consulting and education, and building out this promotion network. So that's why we're going to be doing a once a week show from now on. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and start including, which is one of my favorite parts of the podcast, which was the Sunday Secrets. I'm going to start including a question from a listener at the end of each of the episodes. So from now on, it will be an episode with a topic like we just did, and then a listener question, and then we will have the next episode each Monday. So across, if you're definitely following me on Twitter, you'll see this. We'll promote the episode for the entire week, and then a new episode will drop each Monday. So to end the episode, we're going to have a listener question. So a listener in Abilene, Texas asks, I currently do content with my fiance, and I was curious if I should give him a percentage of the money I make off of PPV content that he is part of. What would be a reasonable split considering I do all the promotion, posting, work, etc.? Now, as all of you probably know, now OnlyFans requires that anyone being in your videos also, go through the ID check on OnlyFans to make sure that they are 18 plus, etc. Make sure to do that. If you have any content that's currently in the past that you built, that you didn't have another OnlyFans creator in it, you need to delete that content because it's now against OnlyFans terms of service. So just be careful in regards to that. I thought I would mention that. But to answer her question, I would say it would be nice to provide him with a percent of the profit from that endeavor. So if it's specifically PPV content and it was sold, I would look at it like you were OnlyFans itself, and I would give him 20% commission. Since it's on your page and it's your following, not his. So some people might say, okay, do a 50-50 split. I don't feel that makes a lot of sense because, again, it's like he's on your platform and you've built up your platform specifically. And so, therefore, you should give a percentage that's in line with that, not a 50-50 because he's utilizing your audience for that. So that's my suggestion. If you want to be generous, go ahead and drop 50%. But I think that, you should go ahead and do commission for that. Okay, great. So this was the bad OnlyFans advice episode, and I hope you all learned a lot from that. Again, my name is Richard Lewis. I am the founder of OnlyFans Hero, the first ever Udemy course on OnlyFans marketing called Learn OnlyFans Marketing 101. I'm also the owner and founder of SEObounty.com. As I mentioned earlier, we're now a fan site marketing company. So make sure to check us out. And you can also find this podcast specifically on Instagram at OnlyFans Secrets Podcast. You can also find us on Reddit at r/OnlyFans Secrets, a marketing community on there. As well as we are on OnlyFans itself at onlyfans.com/OnlyFansHero, where we now have over 3,000 fans, which is super exciting. So please follow us and subscribe on there for free, and you get the latest updates on this podcast. We're also on TikTok at OF Secrets Podcast, as well as always being on Twitter at OnlyFans Hero. And I told you guys I would mention every time we hit another 10,000. We are now at 66,000 followers on OnlyFans Hero, which is awesome, considering at the beginning of the year, I think we were maybe at 10,000. So it's really grown a lot. and that's super exciting. So feel free to jump on there. We do hourly promotion for OnlyFans creators, and we continue to grow now by 600 or 700 plus followers every day, both creators, OnlyFans creators, and subscribers. So please hop on there if you can. And as always, you can reach out to me directly at OnlyFans Hero. If you have any questions about this podcast, have any questions about OnlyFans, or have just general questions you want to ask and you want included at the end of one of our episodes. And as I mentioned, this is now a weekly podcast. So I really appreciate everyone who's listened to all the episodes. And, please listen every Monday, as we'll have a new episode dropping each Monday. And I really appreciate everyone who listens to this podcast. If you have an opportunity to leave a review for this podcast, it's so helpful. It helps other people find this podcast exists. As always, thank you to everyone who has supported this podcast from the very beginning, or if you're just jumping in right now and this is your first episode, thank you for listening. And I really appreciate it. Please continue to follow. Please continue to subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.